Well, we also have found out that something happened at Forbidden Door that, of course, this whole situation with the Elite and CM Punk trying to keep those guys apart as much as possible. Well, apparently they had them on other sides of the building. And if
Oh
you didn't know,
man.
CM Punk went on early and the other guys went on a little later on the card. So supposedly, this is the rumor that was said that they were completely separated on opposite sides of the building in Toronto for Forbidden Door. So the paths would not cross. Dave, we talked about this a little bit last week. Is
Mhm.
this situation tenable? Can you keep this up?
Now I don't. It's hard to believe that they have that much animosity towards each other. Like I've beef with people. I've had all out brawls, and then I went to high school, and then like passed them in the hall, and it was what it was. I give them a look like you want some more, but life goes on. A year later, life goes on. So I don't. For them to hold grudges, they're setting a bad example for the kids.
The kids.
Yeah, for the kids out there, man. Setting a bad example, man. So I'd say squash it. Let's go. Let's get this show back on the road. But yeah, I think if they're gonna everybody holding grudges, everybody so deep in the I don't know what's the grudge.
Well, we had Brian Alvarez on last week who suggested that, there's a legally with everything that happened that they're not supposed to talk. They're supposed to stay apart. I just don't know how you can keep a workplace going like that. That,
Yeah,
especially in pro wrestling. I mean, that just seems really, really odd to me that
yeah,
you would be having couple groups of guys then where you have a couple of locker rooms, but having them on separate sides of the building just seems like something's got to be done about it. You know what I mean? You need to clean that situation up and end it one way or another.
Well, you saw, I mean, and we always go back in that time machine, but in the locker room, how many people just scrapped it out?
Yeah, fights happen all the time, but it's an HR age, brother. You said it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's an HR
it's
age.
insane, but it's
You know,
only HR because everybody applied to it and like, oh yeah, yeah, we got to do this, and this got to be right. But did you ever see the Lanny Poffo and I don't know, he was in the locker room, somebody slapped him, and dude just started whooping him. And did you see that on
it's.
YouTube?
I did not, but that
You gotta
does.
watch that.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
Oh, rest in
R.I.P. to
peace,
Lenny.
Lanny.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
watched. You know what I was watching? Prime time, and yeah, Lenny Poffo with the frisbees and the I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I never could stand Lenny Poffo.
Wow.
Garbage.
Wow. Anyway, well, and speaking of RIPs, we want to pass our condolences on to the family and friends of Darren Drozdov, the Droz, who passed away earlier this week. Of course, he was a former football player and had his pro wrestling career ended prematurely in a in-ring accident with D'Lo Brown
Mhm.
and was paralyzed. Just passed away this week, and he was, I believe, 54.
4. Yeah.
But the dude lived his life, man. And a lot of people in pro wrestling, were sharing pictures of, going, like Layfield went hunting with him all the time. And, people loved the guy. And, just a really, really sad to see, him passing. And, it was a tragedy when everything happened. But, there's a guy made the best of what he had, lived his life as, as full as he could even after being paralyzed. So we got to say goodbye to the Drows, man.
R.I.P. brother. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Life ain't promised and health ain't promised and situations. But you know what? In that situation, when all physical breakdowns, what do you got? You got your mind, man.
Yep.
And that's what we got right now. So, Mark, when I talk about let's get to that gym, man, and hit it and change our lives, man, it's all mindset. You got 20 minutes.
Fair enough.